And I think we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. What are we going to do during the stream? My colleague Brent and I, we are working on a book and a video course called Frontline PHP. Let me share my screen and show it to you. So it's this screen. Um, and it's on building modern applications with PHP. Um, I'm currently researching a little bit around PHP in preparation for the videos. Brent is already hard at work creating the book, and a lot of chapters are actually already finished. And I thought it might be fun in preparation for the videos that I'm going to record on PHP 8 to just toy around with the features a little bit. And I think it might be nice if you just follow around for that. So this isn't anything prepared. It's raw. The only thing that I did was reading on PHP 8. I've already installed PHP 8 via Brew. Um, and yeah, my plan is just to create an application and just toy around with the features. And I'm mostly very curious at how the attributes work, because that's like a totally new addition. Now, if you want to know more about the book, go to frontlinephp.com. We've already published a table of contents, and you can subscribe to our mailing list here so you know when we launch it. And especially for you watching the stream, I can show you a little secret. This isn't public on our site just yet, but we've already published one chapter, a preview chapter, which we probably are going to make public next week, but I already want to share the URL with you. It's just /object oriented. There you can read an entire chapter that Brent has already written for the book. So that's a little secret for thank you for watching. Okay, let's dive in. And my colleague Brent, he also has written a blog post on newish features in PHP, and we'll use this and see, what new features we can play with. But first things first, we must use PHP 8, of course. I'm on PHP 7, and to not get any conflicts with PHP 8 kind of things when installing a Laravel application, I'm going to do a new application here, test stream PHP 8. So we have like a fresh application to go around with. Let me check the comments here if everything is okay. George said, yeah, it's the same chapter as in the last email. Yeah, if you're already subscribed, then you got the same chapter. Cool. Let's see. Okay, so that's that. Now we got to change to PHP 8. So it's brew and link my current PHP version. And then it's brew link PHP at 8.0, and I need to force it. And hopefully we have PHP 8 now. Yeah, we have PHP 8. Let's see if we also have PHP 8 in the browser. So test stream PHP 8. Let's initialize a Git thing. I mostly, also for local projects, I mostly have like I always create like a Git repository for these things. So when I know that like some of the stuff is good, I can commit it and I can go back to it later, even for toyish things. wait, this isn't the right one. Let me open up PHP store here for the right one. Yeah, test stream PHP 8. Let's maybe use this terminal here. Let's see if we have PHP 8 on the command line on the web as well. So I'm going to the welcome view. Resources, of course, views welcome. And let's use all of this and do a PHP info. See what we get. Still PHP 7 here. And here we have PHP 8, right? I think I need to specify that Valet should use PHP 8 as well. If you try this, you probably get an error from Valet. Valet has like an array built in where like valid PHP versions are coded. I think in the stable version PHP 8 isn't there yet, but I've sent a PR to Valet to add it. So hopefully that gets added soon. So here's PHP 8, I'll use PHP 8, restarting Nginx. Okay, good. Let's refresh. Still PHP 7.4. Okay. Valet restarts. Let's see. And these are already new warnings because I'm using PHP 8 on the command line. Restarting Nginx. Services have restarted. Still PHP 7. Okay. Next attempt, just deleting the sockets. Config Valet, yeah. And I'm going to just downright remove the socket. Maybe this one is still the old one. Now this fails, maybe. Here, that was enough. Now we're on version 8. Okay, nice. Now we can start toying around with some of the features. Let's see, union types. This is kind of interesting. How am I going to toy around with stuff? Tests or commands? Maybe commands. So commands, test command. You see, I've already made some test commands. Test out other stuff. Test commands. Let's make this a little bit cleaner. Constructor or anything. So let's try this out. So I think union type tests. I think what you see in Laravel a lot is that you accept some kind of parameter. In Laravel, you have a lot this pattern that it can accept a string or an array, right? And now we can type in that. Union types are only valid to PHP 8. I'm going to switch PHP storm to the right language level. And yeah, now we have two things that we can type in here. So that is nice. Let's try it out. Info this union type tests. So I can give it tests. Let's say that I'm always going to return an array here. And let's maybe array, it's kind of a dummy thing. Grab it, the parameter, so we always have an array. And then we shall maybe return array, something like that. Or maybe let's do something um, with it. I'm not already going to leave it like this. What's this error? This can be inlined. Um, yeah, let's just return the array. Keep it simple. So I guess I expected array. Let's explode it as well and return a string, so it's easier to return string like that. It's a little bit of a dummy example. Expected parameter string array provided. Uh, pu- 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 pu. Isn't array wrap just taking something and wrapping it into an array? We just test it out. Test. Did I get the parameters wrong? Of course, it's include. Screamed at me in the comments. Okay, so this is test. And I can probably also do tests. Test two. So, so yeah, this accepts both a string and an array. And when I do this, we blow up. So this is quite nice. I can see myself using this in packages and in project code uh, to specify this. That's cool. Nil safe operator named arguments. That was maybe already a good one to use here, right? So let's see if that works. So I can use separator, and this one is called array. So if I do separator here and here array like that, and let's move them around. Sorry, like that. I don't know why that's blowing up. Here the comma maybe? No. Guess this doesn't work. It does. So I've switched around the arguments now, and it still works. What's this error? Both with arguments, string call is deprecated. Maybe that's a little bug here. That it doesn't recognize that I'm using the name parameters here. Yeah, okay, enough for that. Here, attributes. This was what I want to toy around with. So attributes, they are something that allows you to add metadata to certain things. Um, and you could do that with doc blocks before, but with doc blocks, you have to parse them to get them right, to get like the values that you want. And here you can basically just define your own kind of attribute that you want to use. And this is quite nice. There's, I think, more to it than only this. But yeah, with this, I want to toy around with it. And what I want to do is in a Laravel application, we have like web the web file here with all the routes. And if you were long enough around in the Laravel community, then you know that at one point there was support being added. I think it was in a pre-release version of Laravel, of Laravel 5, I think, or maybe it was called Laravel 4.3, which never got released. And in that version, you could like add annotations to controllers, and they would get like registered automatically. And that's something that, yeah, maybe I'd like to build as a like a toy thing, um, with attributes. Okay, so let's try it. I don't need these. Change again. Let's start again fresh. So I'm going to make a controller, and it's a test controller, and I want to yeah, use annotations here, or not annotations, attributes here. Um, And so the first thing that we need to do is like create an attribute that we can use. So I'm going to create an attribute. So maybe we will namespace them in app attributes. And here we can have maybe route. I'm inclined to add route to add the attribute suffix here, but I'm not going to do that because I probably don't want that I need to use attributes in when I use the attributes. It will be a little bit redundant. So I'm going to use route for now. And if everything is good, then we can accept some things here. So for this route, I want to accept maybe structs, maybe a method name, then the URL. That's what I want to specify using this attribute. Let's initialize the properties. And we're in PHP 8.0, so maybe we can use constructor promotion here. Can it use constructor promotion? These things probably need to be public. On PHP Storm formatted for me? No. Okay, then I need to guess a little bit on what the syntax for that was. I'm not too familiar with it yet. So it's promotion, constructor property promotion. You can now do this. So instead of listing the properties here separately and accepting them and assigning them here, you can do that all in one go. So it saves you some code. And I thought that PHP Storm would be able to just convert this. Need I place my caret somewhere specifically for this to happen? No. I thought it could be. Maybe because it's, yeah, I don't know. Let's just do it ourselves then. So we have then a public string methods. We have a public string URL like that. And we can lose this, this, and this. And why is it complaining now? It's only allowed to PHP 8. Ah, okay, yeah. It by just removing my changes here, I also removed like that hint in composer.json that we are on PHP 8. So I'm going to revert this, and I'm going to see if PHP Storm can do this for me, because that would be very nice. So I'm going to do it manually. We're on 8 here. Missing property declaration I have because I have string here. Let's see, can it somewhere change that? Oh, do this manually because of that warning that it won't convert it automatically for me. Ah, here, convert to promoted property. That's it. Converts. Okay, so it has done that in line now. And convert to promoted property like that. Okay, that's nice. Now we can format it a little bit. I don't know what the actual formatting rule for this is, but I'm going to do as in the example here. So yeah, that's a nice little attribute. And I think to mark this as an attribute, I should add something to there as well. Yeah, I should say like this is an attribute, like that. This is my first attribute being used. It's not in this example, but I guess this is a kind of namespace. So maybe I need to, wait, it needs to be here probably. And what's it now? Undefined class attribute. I guess this is something built in that I can import like that. Yeah, so now we have an attribute here. Cool. Let me check the comments here. Not too many comments. The font size is too small for me. Can't see anything. Well, I already blown up my screen to a big size here, but let's see if I can make it a little bigger. You know what? I'm not going to change my resolution midstream because I don't know if that's going to work. You know, I'll just remove my own image from the stream, so you only have my voice. Then it's already a little bit bigger. So I hope that that helps a little bit. Okay, so we have an attribute here. Now we can maybe use it here. So I'm going to public function. Maybe I'll add something here. Public function show. Hey everyone. And I want to register this one without using an attribute, without manually registering it myself in the web file. So I'm going to use my own attribute here. So it is the attribute route, yeah. And the method here is get, and the URL is maybe test, something like that. Okay, that's nice. And I can click through here. PHP Storm is smart about that. And I use like defaults here. It's not going to complain now, I guess. And I guess now it is. Yeah. Cool. PHP Storm can inspect those as well. So this is test. Let's see what else can we do. I know that there was something that you could say that attribute was only valid for a certain class, or no, not for a certain class, for a certain type of thing where it is applied on. So you can say like this attribute should go on a method and not on a class. Is that mentioned here somewhere? No, let's see it maybe in the RFC. Here, target. I think that is it. And this is the old syntax here. So I guess it's just adding this here. I think this isn't mandatory to do. If you just leave it attribute, you can apply the attribute to everything, but let's be a little bit more strict here. So PHP attributes. No, this is like the wrong namespace. Maybe it's called attribute, like that, attribute. And then we can say, for instance, target method. Yeah, and then it's only valid on a method, I guess. So no complaints here. But let's say, if we say like, it should be applied upon a class. Yeah, attribute cannot be applied to a method because it does not contain the attribute method flag. Okay, that's cool. we need it on a method. So that's quite nice as well. Is there anything else that I want to do here? No, let's just create a service provider to make this work. So I'm going to make a service provider. Is that with provider? Automatic routes provider, like that. And for now, I'm going to keep it very simple. I don't want to create logic now to loop over all those files. Maybe I'll do that later off stream. That's maybe a little bit boring to watch at. I'm just going to have like a public array here. Public consts controllers. Liquids array controllers. That. Controllers. And here is controller logs. Okay. Now we need some way to loop over these. Let me check my notes. So I have some notes on reflection because I always tend to forget. Let's see. We need to loop over those controllers, right? So let's this controllers each function gets a string of controller. And then we have like reflection class, right? Reflection class. This was what I was looking at my notes for. Reflection class controller. Yeah, so we can reflect on it. And then we should loop over each method. So I'm going to use a regular loop here. Yeah, let's go for a regular loop. Reflection class. Get methods as methods. Like that. The problem here, not doing anything here. So now we're getting this show method. I think it's now methods get attributes. So now I can have all attributes here. So now I'm grabbing this. That is an array, I guess. For each attribute as attribute. And we actually have like an array of attributes here. So I should like grab like only the ones that I'm interested in, I think. If attributes, and here I can check for my own attributes, so routes attributes, like that. Empty body, okay. And now I can probably use like the root facade here. Wait, before I do that, let's see if PHP Storm is smart enough to give me like the properties of the instance. Yeah, so methods and URL. So let's go for route. Then the method, right? And then need the URL here. So this is the attribute URL. This is the attribute method. Yeah. And the second argument here should be controller, I guess. So that's the controller. So let me just type this out. What I'm aiming for. So it's route get and URL, which was test. And now here I want to have like this controller class and then show. So that's what I'm trying to build here in code. And then show. Oh, not show. Methods. And this is like a reflection kind of thing. So methods name, I guess. And this should already be it, I think. Um, let's try display all the routes to see if we have like a test route here. We don't have a test routes. I guess this needs to be registered in config first. Facades, application service providers. How did I call it? Provider. Yeah. See, still nothing. Let's see if anybody's screaming in the comments at me. Why do you hard code the controllers? Isn't the point of attributes that you can get all classes that use your attribute? Yeah, but I need to scan all files for them, right? And I think scanning all the files now is a little bit boring. Maybe I'll do that after when I get like the core thing working. Okay. Let's see. Let's do some debugging together here. Do I get here? Yeah, I'm here. Certainly isn't here, right? Maybe I do get here. Yeah, I'm getting there, but maybe I'm not getting the right attributes. Yeah, that's it. Attributes does not contain what I expect. So let's see what's an attribute here. The reflection attribute. Probably I need to call something else on attribute to get the attributes. This is it. I remember from reading it. Get new instance. So if I do the new instance, then I get my route attributes. I should probably give that another name because there could be other attributes on there as well. But let's see what we're working with. Yeah, and now we have that route thing. Instantiated attribute, but that sounds so techy. Attributes. Route attributes. What I'm going to do here. Let's go for attributes clause or something. Then if attribute is an instance of this, then we need to get that. Okay, let's try it out. Computer says no. Undefined method to routes gets. This is like the wrong thing. I'm calling it on my annotation, but this should be illuminates ports, salt routes. Yes, that. And there we have it. We've registered a route here. That's cool. So test controller, if I want to have it like on another route, maybe high here. It should be high, yeah. And let's also check that in the browser. So let's do valet high. And there you have it. Hi everyone. And if I move it, this one doesn't exist anymore, and it's in moved. Cool. Yeah, this is already quite nice. I think maybe somebody should turn this into like a PHP 8 only package or something like that. But I don't know if I like annotations for this kind of thing. I kind of like the web file, but this also feels like nice. But I can imagine that if you have like a big project that that maybe it's easier to like configure like middlewares here or something like that. Yeah, I don't want to delve in this train of thought too much. I just wanted to show what you can do with attributes. Um, Maybe let's try one thing more with attribute just for fun. Um, or are we going to do like other things here? So we've already done constructed property promotion. See, we are the static type. That's not that interesting. Mixed. Ah, yeah, these throw things are pretty cool, I think. There's like another newish thing in PHP 8. Well, let's open Ballet here and go back to our test here. Like this. So, what did I want to say? Yeah, so if you have like a try catch block, so let me throw like a new exception here. You try to catch it with exception. Here's boom. Or let's do this for JSON. Explosions in the sky. Like that. It's still hey everyone. I have didn't catch this one. I was expecting this because I have an exception here and I'm catching the same exception. Probably doing something very stupid here. Try. Ah, throw, of course. How does PHP even work? Okay, explosion in the sky like that. And something that always bothered me in PHP 7 kind of things is if you do something like this, you still have had to like have like an unused variable here, but not in PHP 8. In PHP 8, you can just do exception, and this will just work, which is kind of nice, I think. Let's see what we have more here. Weak maps. Ooh, that might be an interesting one to discover a little bit to get a feeling. Weak maps RFC. Now we might tackle this next. Now I just remembered that in PHP Storm, when we're heading back to attribute lands, there were like a few built-in attributes introduced in PHP Storm 2023 or .3. and they live under the JetBrains PHP Storm namespace. And I just want to get like a feel of that, maybe. So I'm using like the latest version, I think. Yeah, I'm on the right version. So these ones should just work, and I just want to have like a feeling for these ones as well. So let's just try it. So let's maybe have a new method here. Public function. Um, I'm not feeling very creative here with my method names. Sorry about that. So deprecated. I should import it. So it recognizes. So it's the JetBrains deprecated. And let's try to call it test methods. And here I can say like the reason. Add methods. And you should use other method here. And then, yeah, you see here that method replaced with the other method. Let's take a look at this attribute. Yeah, and here you can see that they have like reason, replacement. You can see that we have like named parameters being used in an attribute. And what is this? Expected values. Yeah, okay. Here you can say this like it wasn't clear for me due to the formatting. I probably would format this a little bit else, but I can change this. Here you can see that this one should be one of those values. That's kind of interesting. Maybe I want to toy around with that also. So let's take a look. So let's just make an attribute and try to do that. Try to do that too. So test attribute. Sorry, not feeling creative for those names. So test attribute. Now let's take a look at what they did here. Yeah, they marked it as an attribute, of course. It's an attribute. They have some values here. Some values, and I'm going to accept values like that. I'm going to accept A, B, and C here. Yeah, and what did they do next then? They used an attribute before parameter, so let's try and do that as well. So here it was expected values. And what is expected values? That's also an attribute. Wait. Yeah. I'm doing this wrong, I think. Attribute values. I'm a little bit confused here. So is my brain already frying a little bit? I'm going to add like another class here, my expected values, which is attribute gets some expected values. Array values like that. Initialize them. But I can use remote properties. In public values that. Remote properties are so nice for things like this. Should import this. That. Now here I can use my expected values and I can give it my values. Some values, no, it's going wrong here. My values. Let's take a look at what they did here. Ah, yeah, okay, it's an annotation here. So here I'm annotating with my expected values. And I give the annotation my values like that. And then of course, should give like a value here. Okay. Okay, now we have like a test attribute. So let's maybe try and use the test attribute here. Test attribute. I should give it a value, A, I think, and that is allowed then, but D, that's also allowed, even though I haven't had it there. Maybe it's something that they do internally, that expected value, so they can check in PHP Storm. I think I did it right. In any case, it was like good exercise to work a little bit with these attributes. I don't think that kind of annotation would work if it can't access the runtime data within the variable. Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I'm just going to move on to the next one. In any case, like I've said, it was like good to exercise with these annotations a little bit to get it in my fingers. It's also nice that PHP Storm also has like an icon for an attribute here. Let's move on. Array shape. This is kind of an interesting one. So here you can define that a certain an array has certain keys. So let's maybe try that out. So let's go back to the test controller here. I'm going to remove this one. Let's see. So here we can say that a certain function gets like a certain array, right? Array shape. It returns that certain array. Let's read it. Specific array. Let's see. Such array syntax is as follow. Array shape. Function name. Return array. The type can be another class as well, which is kind of nice. And here you can have like a user shape. Okay, let's just try that out. So let's do public function tests and return a certain array here. And let's go for array shape. Yeah, from JetBrains. And we'll give it, my key, which is, or let's do ID, which is an int, yeah, and name, which is a string. Just a one-on-one example. Let's take a look at the array shape here. You give it an array with a certain shape. And this may be target to the function, a method, a property, or a parameter. Cool. Um, what's not clear to me is if this now means like the return value of the array here. Let's watch a little GIF here. Useful. Yeah, yeah. It's indeed a return type. Okay, let's try it. So if I do like this tests, would I get like return thing here to test? I would expect that I would now get like, no, it's an array, right? Auto completion, yeah, ID. Now here, name, ID. That's cool. And if I have something else here, something else, maybe like a carbon instance or something. Carbon, carbon class, like that. So here I have ID, yeah, and here it's something else. I have to pause the stream a little bit because there is somebody at the door here. Real life happening right now. So I'll see you in a couple of seconds back. So I'm back. Sorry about that. Real life does continue during these streams. Um, where were we? I just added like carbon here. So I can do something else here. And now it should know that this is like a carbon thing, right? Whoa, this is quite nice. Cool. Can this also be like optional? Hmm, doesn't doesn't seem like it. Ah, yeah, of course it won't work here, but maybe this. See if we get something else here. We got name here. There's nothing. Hmm, yeah, unsure. Um, which makes me think we could maybe test out like another newish feature. There was like a new optional, the null safe operator here. So this one, so you can just um, if this is null in PHP 7, this would blow up. And I think the Laravel has an helper, the optional helper, that you can wrap around this, so you can still do like a call. But in PHP 8, we don't need the optional helper anymore. We can just do this. So maybe that would be nice to try that as well. So how are we going to do this? What I'm going to turn like a date here. Let's just see the happy case first. So we're returning now, and let's show this date and formatted this like a string, like that. And let's see if that works. JetBrains PHP storm not found. Hmm. Ah, wait. Did I mess around with some things? Ah, yeah. Okay. Probably those classes, yeah, they're kind of special classes that I probably can't use here, I guess. Let's see if we can fix that here. New instance. So here maybe I could do a if not class exists. Well, is this? I actually don't know what this is going to be then. Let's look at it and see what it is and that is. Hmm. Where's the dump? Don't see the dump here. All right. Reflection attributes. Somebody in the chat has like a suggestion on how to test this. Otherwise, I'm just going to try catch. Try catch. Throwable. Don't need to do anything with the throwable. Maybe continue. Something like that. That be enough? Not found. Yeah, I'm using the test route here. Okay, cool. We got a bonus demo of not having to use a variable there. It's not the prettiest code, but it's not my aim to write pretty code at this point. Just my intention to just toy around with everything here. So if I don't return the dates, then we'll call this on null, and that of course isn't good. Unknown defined key. I probably want to tweak this example and say that it is in the array, but the value is null. like that. Yeah, we call format on null here. And will this save us? Saved. That won't save us because we're not returning null, we're calling something on null here. So this won't even get executed, but in PHP 8, we have this one. And yeah, now we are saved. So this is quite nice. So in, like I've said in a previous version, no, in Laravel, you now do this with optional, right? Now, I really like optional. I think it was a good idea to add it, but if you have like, if you chain a little bit further here, and it could be that somewhere in the next part of your chain you had null, you had to use like double optionals, which is like filthy to me. Um, but now using this, yeah, you could probably go a little bit deeper, like that. I think maybe let's try something out. So here maybe add month, something like that. Add month, and then we are going to format it. Um, let's maybe doubles here. Yeah, we're saved. And yeah, if we have a date here now, then we'll get the next month. Yeah. All right, cool, nice. Yeah, I can see. I don't know if I'm going to use this often, but I think it will come in handy if you're in a situation that you have a chain like that. Let's see what we have here. Immutable things. Yeah, so if you apply immutable, then you'll get like this error if you try to change a certain value. Pure, no side effects. Yeah. Here, expected values. That was the one that we tried to use, right? Let me read it. Like this attribute can specify which values the function accepts. Can return to yeah. Count normal. Yeah, I've already bothered you with this, so I'm not going to try to do this again. But I'll probably create a video for Frontline PHP of this. I do wonder what like the future will bring for like annotations like this, which are now like provided by the vendor JetBrains. But I think it could be cool to have some of these in PHP as well, so they're not like dependent on like the vendor of your IE. But I think it's cool that they try to do it, you know. And these things are namespace, so they're not in the way of anybody. But I can imagine that adoption will be much better if it were in PHP, but it's a chicken and egg problem. Probably if these are successful, it will be easier to get them into the core, I guess. No return attributes are in the works. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, I see here in the corner of my eye that we're already streaming over an hour, and my intention was to only stream an hour because I need to do some other things. So I'm going to finish off. Stop the stream. Maybe it's interesting that I put the code in a blog post or something. Maybe I'll clean it up and just create a blog post. Or maybe I just push the repo so people can see the code. I don't know. We'll see. In any case, if you're interested in exploring features like this and have more tips on how to build like nice PHP 8 applications, go subscribe yourself on Frontline PHP. Good. That's it for now. Thank you for watching, everybody, and see you next time. Hope you enjoyed.